All right, let's get you up to speed now on news out of the tech world. Microsoft's $69 billion deal to acquire Activision Blizzard has been rejected by the United Kingdom's antitrust authority due to competition concerns. Yahoo Finance's Dan Howley is here following this story for us. Dan, what are we seeing now?
Yeah, so this is basically the UK's Competition and Markets Authority. They said that the deal, quote, threatens to alter the future of the fast-growing cloud gaming market and reduce innovation and less choice for UK gamers over the years to come. Basically, this deal has three main parts. There's Activision Blizzard makes Call of Duty. They publish Call of Duty, rather. That game itself made $1 billion 10 days after release. That's a lot of money from one title, absolutely massive. Microsoft clearly wants that to be under its wing. The other is the cloud gaming aspect of it, and that's where you're able to take low-power devices. If you have a Samsung Smart TV from like the last 5 years, I think, you can get Microsoft's cloud gaming built directly into it. You just download it. You can play on your smartphone, your tablet, stuff that would normally cost you a $500 console, major PC to play. You can do that on a low-power device. So that's the cloud gaming aspect. Microsoft wants Activision Blizzard and its titles to be a juggernaut in this space. By the way, they're already crushing Sony. The third part, though, is the mobile gaming aspect. And I think that's one of the underrated areas that people aren't necessarily talking about, but should. Mobile gaming is the fastest growing segment of gaming in the world. Microsoft wants that foothold. Activision Blizzard has King. King makes Candy Crush, which just annihilates as far as how much money it brings in for this little game on a smartphone. I'm going to have to talk to Activision Blizzard about my mom.
People are still playing that?
Absolutely.
People love it. They're addicted.
I've never played it once. I'm sorry to get this off the tracks here.
Walk up and down a subway and you'll see someone just sitting there crushing some candy. Yeah, there's different versions, but anyway.
Still playing Pac-Man too? What the heck?
I'm not going to lie, I'm on Microsoft Solitaire on my iPhone.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm doing it. But so this mobile gaming aspect is really important because, okay, not everyone in developing countries can afford a smart TV or, necessarily a Chromebook or a MacBook. MacBooks aren't really good for gaming as much as Apple would want to tell you. But they do have smartphones. And so because they have smartphones, they can get a bigger audience connected there. And so Microsoft can jump into that. So it's three parts. Everyone's focusing on the Call of Duty aspect. Cloud gaming and mobile are really where it's at.
Dan, we're going to talk a little bit more about the impact to Activision here in just a minute. But in terms of the impact here to Microsoft changing the investor story at all, does it?
I mean, look, I think the investor story for Microsoft, anyone would agree, is driven by cloud.
AI.
And, well, AI now, cloud as well. I think, but, I think the idea that they could have had Activision Blizzard, they're going to appeal this. So maybe, if they make some assurances, they abide by them, they could still go through this deal, but then they have to also get through the FTC. This was going to put them the number 3 spot gaming worldwide behind Tencent and Sony. It would have made them a genuine competitor to Sony. Sony still puts out its own games that, I have Microsoft Game Pass, I have an Xbox and a PlayStation. Sony they put out better first-party games, and Microsoft can't do that, and they're trying to. This would have done that for them. I don't think they would have cut off Sony because they would be cutting off their nose to spite their face, just because they wouldn't be able to sell to as broad of an audience. So, I do think that for investors, for Microsoft, this isn't the broader story. It could have been if the deal had been approved, or eventually if it does go forward.
Good point there, Howley. Thanks so much.